Hi everyone, welcome back to Bear's podcast. In this session, we are going to discuss about the recent move made by the RBI. The RBI moved 100 tons of the gold reserves it had in the Bank of England back to India. So, in 1991, around 67 tons of gold were pledged. So, what was the crisis India had in 1991?
Well, India had a foreign exchange crisis. What happened was people thought India will not pay what it had to pay on our debt. And like how for you and me as a normal citizen, we always say do not default on your debt. This holds true for countries also. If a country defaults on a debt, that means the country is not sound economically and you cannot lend money or you cannot invest money because you do not know if your money will come back to you. So it leads to a crisis of confidence of the country, and investment and money doesn't come to the country. So to prevent that crisis at the time, in 1990, India, in a historic move to secure that loan and to guarantee that loan, moved its gold reserve, some of it, to the Bank of England to secure 450 million, I think, pounds or dollars at the time, to secure that loan. And that gold has been sitting there since then. The funny thing is, India has 822 tons of gold as its reserve. And of that, 413 tons is outside India. And it's not anything wrong in keeping your gold reserves out of India. Could be held for strategic reasons, like what I said, to secure the loan. And also, when Indian RBI buys gold, we might decide to store it also abroad. You buy, let's say, some 10 tons of gold. You may not immediately want to bring it into India. It might be already secured in a facility where you just take ownership of that gold. So this is not a new thing. It's not a strange thing. But there are some reasons why maybe this is being done right now. One could be a geopolitical reason. The gold sitting outside India. If it comes into India, it gives more confidence on the Indian country because domestically itself you have so much of gold. And it boosts faith in the economic stability of the country. And the main thing is, I would say, like what happened to Iran or Russia. Let's say for some reason, we get ruffled feathers with each other, England and India. UK can decide to sit on that gold and prevent access to that, which is ours. Like what has happened to Russia, with all its assets which are outside Russia, countries are, clamping them down and sanctioning them and not allowing them access to it. Can happen to India too, where we'd lose access to our gold. Though the gold is ours, they will not say it's not yours, but they say you cannot use the gold. So that can lead to a problem. So these considerations taken into thing, it moves. And of course, there's a lot of other hassles. Transporting this can be a challenge because it's not easy. Securing this gold and transporting it's tough. And then you have to store it in India. It's just not like you build one house and keep so much of gold. People don't even understand the volume of what 100 tons of gold looks like in terms of size. It's not like a coin or something you throw in your pocket and keep. So this is a thing all taken into consideration. So I'm sure the RBI has taken all this into consideration. And of course, if you do leave your gold abroad, you do pay for, like how we pay locker fees.
Country has to pay
country will have to pay. The Bank of England will be paid to maintain and hold this gold for India. So, taking all that into consideration, I can understand why the RBI has decided to move this. But it's a funny anecdote in history that in 1990, in that crisis, that we were such a strong country and we didn't want to lose our credibility in the world. Our parliament at the time and our cabinet at the time, everyone voted unanimously, support our prime minister and move that gold to England to secure ourselves financially. Very few countries can claim to do such things. More countries have failed. Even developed countries have failed in to meet their debt requirement and interest requirement. But India has never done this, and we have maintained a very clean track record and something very be proud of as an Indian citizen. That no matter what we are facing domestically, what we are facing as a nation, we never have lost our credibility. We have never lost our name. If anyone has given us any money, we have returned it with interest. And we have never failed to do so.
And the last question is, how country having a gold reserve impacts its GDP and its growth?
I would not say it impacts GDP in growth. It does impact people who lend us money and foreigners who want to invest in India, because that means we have an underlying asset. And our currency is also secured so much. and it gives you a vote of confidence. It's like going to someone's house and you see 6-7 Mercedes-Benz parked, couple of Rolls-Royce parked. It doesn't do you anything, but immediately you feel very nice. You've been invited to some wealthy man's house.
Okay.
You're only going to be going there and eating dinner and coming out. But you feel rather nice. So as a foreign investor, you come inside and you see all this. You feel pretty secure that your funds and whatever you're planning to do is in a safe environment. Other than that, I don't think that is not the only thing any foreign investor will consider as an investment, or even GDP. It doesn't really matter, because what you're doing is also relying on other things when you make investments. I don't think the reserves per se will help in anything other than giving. If you're lending money to India, you know that India has a gold to back it up.
So can a country keep on adding its gold reserve? Is there any limit to how much a country can?
We have a physical limit. There's only so much gold in this world.
Okay.
So you can add, but at a point you'll reach when there's no more gold. I mean, at least discovered gold. Undiscovered gold is infinite because we do not know. But as far as all the gold we have in the world, you can collect all of it and keep it in one spot. Many empires in history have tried to do this. Many kings and emperors and despots have tried to do this. But it usually goes to their downfall and demise, because this kind of concentration of wealth is not good. You rather have many people in your nation, living a middle class life, than majority being extremely poor and a minority being very rich. Right now, India is having that problem where most of Indian wealth is owned by a very few, while majority of Indians are in a very tough situation financially and economically. So I do hope that our new government, wisdom prevails, and they take efforts to mend this and to ensure that more Indians have access to financial instruments and have opportunities to come out of this kind of a situation of poverty and financial trouble.
Okay. So I hope that this video is informative, and if you like this video, please share it with your friends and subscribe to this channel for more videos. See you in another episode with an interesting topic. Thanks for watching the video.
Thank you.